Hello my loves, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is your girl Kensthetic with the Kensthetics, and I'm here with you guys today with a new video. Didn't know that love could change ya, and I woke up to a stranger. After all this time I thought that I knew when I was no debating. So today's video is going to be a girl talk video. I haven't done one of these videos in a while, but it's okay because we are back. So in today's video, I really want to speak about enhancing the quality of life for ourselves. I feel like as women, Black women, we tend to put so many other things before ourselves, whether it be a job, a romantic relationship, family, friends, whatever it is we have going on, we tend to usually put it before ourselves. So in today's video, I wanted to speak about how I have been enhancing my quality of life so that I can pour into myself more, invest into myself more, and in turn live a happier life. So I hope that the tips and story times and everything that I share in this video can help you guys out too. If this is something that you are on the journey of doing, whether you're in a healing journey, a self-love journey, whatever it is, I hope that this video can help you. But before we get started with today's video, make sure you guys are subscribed to my YouTube channel. Hit that red subscribe button down below and join the family. We are growing and glowing, and I would hate for you guys to miss it. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and drop a comment down below after you watch this entire video with your thoughts, with your comments, with your opinions. Leave it down below in the comments. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So before we get into the discussion, I wanted to give you guys a brief backstory of, I guess, like how this journey started for me. My whole self-love and healing journey will start from what I would consider the beginning. So before I started my YouTube channel, this is probably from like 2014 or 2015 until 2018-ish. I don't remember the dates, y'all, but I was engaged with some, I hate saying the word engaged because it makes it seem like I had a ring on my finger and I didn't. I was entangled with somebody's son. We'll put it like that. We were not in a relationship. We were in a situationship. That's what I would consider it. I would consider it an entanglement. Whatever not a relationship is defined as, that's what we were in. And at the time, I was comfortable with that because I was still in college. I was still like, in my hot girl years. And I'm like, I don't want to be tied down. I don't want to be in a relationship, X, Y, and Z. That's how I felt at that time. And he, I guess was in the same agreement. So that's what was going on, right? So in 2018-ish, 2019-ish, I don't remember exactly, but I cut all ties, okay? I cut all ties because it was what I learned was a very toxic relationship or toxic situationship. I just felt like during those years, I did not pour into myself. I always put what he wanted first. I always put his needs first. And I didn't do anything that I wanted to do. I would always change my mind about things because of him. Like it was a toxic situation. And after I left that and I really reflected on it and realized it was a toxic situation and realized how much I lost myself in that situation, I knew it was time for get back season. Okay, I knew it was time for me to get myself together because I knew the potential that I had and I was not exuding that because I was so tied up under somebody else, giving them what they wanted, pouring into them while I wasn't even pouring into myself. And it's crazy to think that I really was in that situation for like 3 to 4 years, and there was so much that I could have done with that time and I didn't. But looking back at it, we can't cry over spilled milk, right? So after that, I'm like, okay, it's go time. Let me go ahead and what I would consider get my life together, get myself together. And that was basically the beginning. The first thing that I knew that I had to do after, breaking up or after leaving that situationship, relationship, whatever the case is I knew that I had to find hobbies. I feel like when you go through a breakup, it is so hard when your mind is idle. Like you have so much time to think about things and you dig yourself into a deeper hole that you weren't even in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all can relate if y'all have been through a breakup. So I'm like, I need to find something to fill up this huge gap of time. Like after I was done working, I would just be so idle, and during those hours I would be crying, I would be doing all types of stuff because my mind was too idle. So that made me realize how important it is to find hobbies, and not just after a breakup, but just in life in general, I feel like hobbies help to enhance our quality of life because it gives us something to look forward to that isn't monetized, that isn't tied to any like per se like commitment or any per se like deadlines or anything. It's something you genuinely enjoy doing that you don't get paid for, that can really relieve your mind of whatever you may be going through or whatever stresses you may have in life. I think hobbies are super important, and I feel like we kind of lost sight of that, especially with the internet, with social media. We spend a lot of our free time scrolling, okay, looking at what other people are doing. You know, social media isn't always negative, but I just feel like we spend so much time on social media that we could be spending that time putting into our hobbies and doing things that can actually help us enhance our quality of life, right? So after my breakup situation, termination, whatever you want to call it, I was like, I need to find hobbies. I need to find something that I enjoy doing, because when I have idle time, my mind is spinning, my mind is thinking. I'm putting all types of situations together that were not even like a thing, okay? So I was like, I need to find something to fill up my time. And in August of 2018, that's when I posted my first YouTube channel. And ever since then, I have been on Go Like Grease. The first thing I would say for you to do if you're looking into enhancing the quality of your life is to find hobbies. So for me, I was just speaking to my therapist about this. I feel like at first, digital creation on my YouTube channel, it started off as a hobby for me, because the way that I define a hobby, or the way that I look at hobbies, is something you genuinely enjoy doing that isn't tied to any type of like monetization. So, you know, whether you enjoy tennis, or whether you enjoy pottery, or whether you enjoy pole dancing, or whatever it is that you enjoy that is not necessarily tied to a monetization impact, that is a hobby. So at first, you know, I'm posting videos. At the time, I don't know how it is now, but at the time, you needed 4,000 watch hours and 100 or 1,000. You needed 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers to become monetized here on YouTube. So it took me a couple of months to get there. It probably even took me a year. I don't remember how long it took, but either way, the first, you know, few months of me doing that, leading up to those requirements, in my eyes, my YouTube channel, my platforms were a hobby. I'm like, I'm not making any money off of this. I genuinely enjoy doing this. I'm doing this because I want to do it. So it was a hobby for me. After I hit those requirements and I became monetized here on YouTube, I still wasn't making money like that, okay? I don't know if it's the same way, but the way that YouTube used to work back then was that you don't see a check from YouTube unless you make at least $100. So if you made $50 one month, you won't get a check that month. But if you made $50 the next month, you would get a check for the $100 for those 2 months. That's how YouTube was back in the day. So I would probably get a check every 3 to 4 months. So y'all can tell I wasn't really making money on YouTube like that. But once my YouTube channel got to a point where I was, you know, making money, and when I say money, I mean like a bill could be paid. Once I started making money, I'm like, okay, this is no longer a hobby for me. And I'm happy that I made that realization, because I feel like our intentions are super important. Like everything you should do in your lifetime, it has to be intentional. It has to make sense. You have to know what the purpose is, right? Or at least understand what the purpose is or could be. But I knew at that point my drive, my hunger, my motivation behind my YouTube platform is going to be different. Granted, it was still the same. I was still consistent. I was still giving you guys videos on things that I wanted to post. It wasn't like I transitioned to doing like trendy things or whatever the case is, but I just knew that when you mix something you enjoy doing with money, to me, it becomes a job. That's how I see it. Whether it's a side job, a main job, or whatever it is, it becomes a job. So at that point, I was like, okay, I need to find hobbies. Like I need to find things that I enjoy doing, that I don't get paid to do, that I don't care to get paid to do. So I have been trying some new things. I don't want to share too early, but you guys will see in coming videos things that I have been exploring that I would consider hobbies. But I say all of that to say that my first tip when it comes to enhancing your quality of life is to find hobbies. Find things that you genuinely enjoy doing. Find things that ease your mind, find things that calm your soul, find things that help you connect with who you are, because that's another thing too. I feel like you may think something is a hobby, but you really have to look at what's happening behind the scenes. Is it bringing you closer to yourself? Is it bringing you joy? Is it bringing you peace? You have to look at all of these things, because to me, that is what a hobby should do. It should feed into us, it should pour into us, it should make us feel better about ourselves. So I think hobbies are super important, especially, after a breakup and you're trying to figure out life. The worst thing for you to do is to have idle time, because that brain will be going 1,000 miles a minute, baby. Trust me. So find a hobby, okay? The next thing that I want to speak about, which I have been sharing bits and pieces of here on my YouTube channel, is therapy. I started my therapy journey recently. I started at the end of May 2023, and it's now September 2023. And so it's been 4 months now? Yeah, 4 months now. And it has been a journey. I give you guys updates in like my life update videos and also my vlog. So if you guys watch that, you guys are all caught up. But long story short, I started therapy in May. I started with one therapist. She went on maternity leave, so she transferred me to someone else in her social network. And I have been doing therapy with her since then. The current therapist that I have, she is absolutely amazing, okay? She is a licensed therapist, she is a Christian counselor, and she is also a life coach. So our conversations and our sessions, it just brings me so much perspective, which is what I didn't even know that I wanted from therapy. So tip number 2 is to go to therapy, okay? Go to therapy if you're trying to enhance the quality of your life. Go to therapy. I'm telling you guys, the most important part about therapy is finding a therapist that you can connect with and understanding what your purpose is going to therapy. Like my purpose when I first started therapy was to become a better person. I didn't know what that looked like. I didn't know what that was shaped like. I still don't know what that is, but I just want to be a better person all around. Like that's what I'm like. I don't know what is stopping me from getting there. I don't know if anything is stopping me from getting there, but that was my purpose and my intentions of starting therapy. So the fact that I went in knowing kind of like what I expected to get, not knowing how I expected to get it, but just knowing that that's what I wanted. Going into my sessions, I have been expanding my purpose of therapy, because so many things have been put into the air that I'm like, wow, I didn't even know this. I didn't even peep this, da 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 da. But I'm telling you guys, go to therapy if you're trying to enhance the quality of your life, whether you have like traumas that you want to deal with, or whether you just broke up with somebody, whether it be a friend or romantic relationship, whatever the case is, whether you just lost a job, whether you're going through transitions in your life, I'm telling you guys, therapy can help you out, and it will bring so many things to light. And I just feel so much lighter whenever I finish any of my therapy sessions. So for me, I know that is like it's working. But yeah, I definitely recommend therapy. I'll put some links down below of sites that you guys can use to help find therapists if you are starting your journey off. Also, make sure you guys check out the description box. The next tip that I want to share when it comes to enhancing your quality of life is prioritizing yourself. And as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, it's hard, okay? And it's specifically hard for women. It's specifically hard for Black women. So I feel like through life and through our upbringings and through our culture, we are taught to put our energy in so many different places at the same time, which I have learned is not possible. And the last thing that we usually allocate energy to is ourselves, okay? It sucks that it's that way, but it's the truth. And I feel like after I made that realization, I'm like, why is this? Like, who this for? Like, what? Like, why is this a thing? I don't like this. So, we have jobs, we have children, some of us, we have parents, we have friendships. We have so many things that require our time, our energy, our attention, which is cool. But I really want you to sit back and think where you fall in your list of responsibilities, or where you fall in the buckets of your life. When I did that reflection, I realized that I really put myself last, and it's so crazy to think, because you think like with all of this like self-care and all of this, all of these things that we consider self-care, like that's us putting ourselves first, but it's not. Prioritizing ourselves, it requires a lot of work, and it requires us to be comfortable and confident saying no, be comfortable and confident trusting in ourselves and trusting in our God, or you know, whatever higher power you believe in. It just requires so much. But I really want to emphasize the fact and the importance of prioritizing yourself, specifically if you are working on enhancing your quality. How could you think you can enhance your quality of life without enhancing you, or without prioritizing you, or without putting yourself first? Like, it's so hard. And I learned also with prioritizing yourself, like, it's not selfish at all. And once you get to that point and you make that realization, I feel like that's what made me more comfortable and more confident actually prioritizing myself. Like, so many times, you know, we feel like we have to be there for people, or we have to do this for people, do that for people. And it's like, girl, what about you? What about you? I say all of that to say to reflect on your life, okay? Reflect on where you are, reflect on the things you're doing, reflect on the decisions you're making. And I ask myself this with almost everything, like, is this for me? Like, am I doing this for me, or am I doing this for someone else? And I feel like once you ask yourself that question about different things in your life, whether it be places you go, decisions you make, whatever the case is, that is how you can really realize if you are prioritizing yourself or not. If majority of the answers are, I'm doing this for someone else, or I'm doing this because of someone else, or whatever the case is, you are not prioritizing yourself. And that is the first step, is acknowledgement. The first step of anything is acknowledgement. So once you make that acknowledgement, you'll be like, oh crap, I am not prioritizing myself. And then you can go ahead and start doing the work. The work looks different for everyone, so I'm not gonna sit here and give you guys step by step the things that I do, but I will continue to share things that I do throughout my vlogs and my videos here on my YouTube channel, so you guys can get a sense or some type of inspiration. But I just wanted to call it out. Prioritize yourself. But yes, prioritize yourself. You are the prize. And that's it on that, period. The next tip that I have is to adjust your diet. I am 29 years of age. When you round that up, I'm basically 30. And as I am at this stage in this era of my life, I have really realized how important our diets are. And I feel like majority of the time when we hear the word diet, we automatically think food, beverage, dessert, whatever the case is. But our diet is literally everything that we take in. So that is not just food, that is not just beverages, that is energy, that is shows, that is what we're looking at, what we're hearing. Whatever we intake frames our quality of life. That is how I feel. So if you are scrolling all day and all you see is negative, what is your life gonna be? Negative, right? If you are eating all the time and what you're eating is negative, then your life is gonna be what? Negative. As we are at the stage where we are all trying to become better people, right? We are all trying to enhance our quality of life, right? I urge you to pay more attention to your diet, okay? Pay more attention to the things you're putting inside your body as far as food, beverage, energy, okay? Energy. I'm gonna say that again, energy. Things we're looking at, things we are hearing. It's a lot. Like, I feel like it's a lot. It is a lot. And I have been working on it step by step because I didn't want to overwhelm myself by just trying to adjust everything at one time. So for me, the first thing that I adjusted in my life, which I didn't even do this with the intentions of this is going to help enhance my quality of life. I did it with the intentions of this is going to help improve the quality of my skin, because you guys know, if you guys have been here for a while, I have been on a whole acne journey. You guys may be looking at my face now on my recent videos. Like, girl, the skin has been skinning. Yes, the skin has been skinning as of recent, but 3-4 years ago, completely different story, okay? But if y'all want to see more on that, I'll link the playlist up above. But I adjusted my food and beverage intake because of my skin, okay? I was dealing with acne. I had cystic acne, like it was crazy, okay? But I was like, I'm gonna cut out red meat. I'm gonna cut out dairy, and I'm gonna see how this impacts the quality of my skin. And it worked. It worked. And not only did it help with my skin, but I also feel like it helped with like my gut health and just my energy and just my life overall. It's crazy. But yeah, so I don't eat red meat. I don't eat dairy. I have been dibbling and dabbling into seafood, but I don't know. And then also I've been dibbling, dabbling. Girl, it's a whole lot. But I'm just trying to nail down what I feel comfortable making my diet be, because I tried to go vegan for a month and I literally felt like I was starving myself. So I don't know, y'all. I don't know, but I'm still figuring it out. I'm not here telling you guys that I have it all figured out. Far from it, okay? But I first started by adjusting my diet, and once I realized how good I felt after making that change, I'm just like, wow, this is amazing. Next thing on the list, energy and things that we're hearing. I am Caribbean. Well, I'm from America, but my parents were both born and raised in Dominica, which makes me Dominican. So I say all that to say, Caribbean people, what they do, they gossip, okay? They gossip a lot. And gossip sometimes is good, okay? A little bit of gossip ain't gonna hurt you too much. But when you are around people who all they do is gossip, all they do is talk about other people, all they do is worry about what other people are doing and watch how other people are moving, whatever the case is, it's very exhausting. Like, it's very exhausting. And I started to realize that after I took a little break. I was just like, I just want to, get away. I just don't want to deal with anything. And it wasn't necessarily because of the whole gossip. It was just, I just wanted time for myself. But then when I came back to that environment, I'm like, this is a lot. Like, y'all do this all, like, I couldn't do it. So after that, I realized that I have to take people in doses, okay? Just because somebody gossips a lot doesn't mean that they're not good people. I want to say that, but I knew for myself and for the betterment of my life and to help enhance the quality of my life, I had to take them in doses. So there are some people that I can sit on the phone with all day. There are some people that I can hang out with all day and it's all good vibe. It's all good energy. But then there are some people I literally have a 2-hour maximum with, because I know after that, I'm an empath. It's going to start like bringing me down. And I don't want to be around people who are bringing me down. I want to be around people who are bringing me up, right? I was just like, I need to, figure out how I can deal with people. And with me, I realized some people, I have to take them in doses. That is completely fine. I'm not sure. Like, I never explicitly expressed that. Started moving the way that I feel like I needed to start moving. That was the next thing that I did. And now I'm at a stage where I am very big on energy. Like, I can literally meet someone. They don't have to say anything, okay? They don't have to open their mouths. They don't have to say a word, a sentence, a paragraph. They don't have to say anything. I can literally just sense what type of energy they bring into a room. And based on that, I'm like, okay, I don't mind, being around you, whatever the case is. But then there are some people who have such a dark energy that I'm just like, I cannot even bother, right? So I don't know what it is. I feel like I know what it is. But either way, I am big on energy at this point in my life. And if you don't have good energy, if you don't have good intentions, if you're not bringing good, I don't want none of it, okay? I don't. So I say all of that to say that if you would like to enhance the quality of your life, be super mindful of your diet, be super mindful of what you are taking in, be super mindful of how those things are impacting you. And from there, adjustments need to be made. And as I mentioned before, going on this journey to enhance your quality of life, whether it's a self-love journey, a healing journey, whatever the case is, always remember and always understand that it's not selfish. And once you get to that point, you will understand everything you are doing is for yourself, and you don't feel guilty about doing things, especially when it comes to cutting people off or things like that. But yeah, worry about your diet, okay? Look at your diet, adjust your diet accordingly. And the last tip that I wanted to share in this video, because I don't want this video to be like too long, is that certain endings are necessary. Okay, certain endings are very necessary. And it's crazy because I went to church last Sunday, which you guys are gonna see in my weekly vlog to come. And the message included a word that God removes people from your life and you have no idea why. And afterwards you realize, oh crap, like that was a great move. At first you may be sad, you may feel some type of way, you may be like, no, that is my husband, or oh no, that is my best friend, or oh no, that person, it has to be around me, I can't survive without this person. Whatever you may feel when it initially happens, but then afterwards in the long run, you're gonna be like, oh crap, he did his big one when he did that. You know what I'm saying? So I say all of that to say that if you are trying to enhance the quality of your life, endings are necessary. And I used to be this type of person, and I told you guys about this in a previous girl talk, where I was like, I have known this person for so long, I've been around this person for so long, and we have how many years of history. So to me, I just felt like that was a relationship or a friendship or whatever that I had to keep around because of the length of the relationship. But as I tell you guys all the time, never confuse the length of a relationship with the strength of a relationship, right? And also, we grow, okay? We are people, we grow. So sometimes you grow in directions that complement people, and sometimes you grow in directions that do not complement people, right? So, and that changes, okay? The direction can go, you never know. So God knows, but you don't know. So I say all of that to say that when things end, or you feel like things are not moving, okay? And that thing doesn't necessarily have to be a friendship or relationship. It could be a job. It could be whatever you have going on, okay? That certain endings are necessary. I remember a little story time. I don't know if I should really be talking about this, but I'm gonna talk about it because I'm gonna talk about it. But I had this job and I really believed it was my dream job. I'm like, wow, this is fabulous. And when I tell you guys that it was literally the worst job in my professional career, I was just like, I really thought this was a dream job. And when it was time for us to go our separate ways, I was kind of distraught at first because I was just like, wow, I'm so comfortable here. Like, I have X, Y, and Z under my belt, all of this. But then another part of me was like, girl, you're really not happy here. So it's like, you want to stay here for what? Like, this ending is literally necessary for you to grow into, you know, who you have to be or the potential that you have in your professional career. So it did hurt. And I was a little like, you know, sad about it at first. But then once I got my next job, I was just like, and to think that I wanted to stay over there, I wanted to stay over there. I thought I belonged over there. No, girl. God always has bigger and better plan for us. So I say all of that to say that when endings happen, whether you expect them or not, always remember that endings are necessary for bigger things to come. Don't ever feel like you can never get better. Like when I tell you guys that God always has bigger and better plan for us, he does. And you may not see that right away. Sometimes you may never even see it, but you feel the impact of it, or the impact of it shows up somewhere else in our life. So never feel like because things ended, whether that's a romantic relationship, whether that's a friendship, whether that's a job, whether that's whatever situation it could be, never feel like it is necessarily like the end for you. Like, endings are necessary. And always remember that endings are new beginnings. We sometimes think like the end is like a brick wall, but we need to start thinking of the end as a flowing river. Okay, I like thinking of things in that way. I don't know, it just makes me feel better. But it's not a brick wall, okay? It's a flowing river. So it's like, you know, you may hit a little rock, but then once you get around that rock, you're going to still be flowing down the river. So remember that endings are new beginnings. So that brings us to the end of this video. I really hope that you guys found this video helpful. I hope that you guys resonated with at least one thing that I shared in today's video. And I really hope that this has reassured or inspired you guys to either continue or start your self-love, healing, self-discovery journey. I know that I have women and men of all particular ages watching my YouTube channel. So I hope that this video can resonate with you guys, no matter where you are in life, whether you are in a relationship or not, whether you are, you know, going through things or not. I really hope that this video can help you guys out. I would love for you guys to drop a comment down below and let me know your thoughts, comments, opinions on anything related to today's video. Are you guys on a journey to help enhance the quality of your life? What does that look like for you? Comment it down below and let me know. I love you guys so much. Always remember that you are beautiful, and always remember that you are loved, and always remember that you are blessed. And make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel if you guys made it all the way until the end of this video. If you guys like the vibes here, if you guys like the energy here, make sure you guys subscribe. Give this video a big thumbs up so that YouTube can circulate this video across this platform. And as I mentioned, don't forget to drop a comment down below. I love you guys so much, and I can't wait to see you guys in my next video. But that is all for now, so I'll see you guys later. Ciao, ciao. Tell me, was it all a lie? I'm confused. Then you say what I wanna hear, 'cause you know it's gonna get me here every time I say that